Good morning. Hi. Or I should just say hello, because maybe it's not morning where you are. It is morning where I am. And these are the first words I'm speaking today. So I sound very tired because I am very tired. Hi, I'm Natasha. This is Always Be Crafting. Today is Saturday, and on Saturdays I sew. And I don't know what today's going to look like because I'm going to be honest, it's been a really rough week. So today is Saturday, August 31st. So we are here at the very end of August. Here we are. We made it. We made it to the last day. But I'd be lying if I said we weren't stumbling to the finish line, because the last week has been really rough. We took our older son back to college, and our younger son started his junior year of high school. And anything that could go wrong has gone wrong this week, between class assignments, dorm assignments, counselor assignments. There's been a lot of stuff, financial aid stuff. There's been, like I said, anything that could go wrong has gone wrong, for them mostly. There's been some stuff for us. The dog had to go to the vet, and that was a thing. So there's been a lot this week, and I'm exhausted. Tomorrow, Sunday, September 1st, this is Labor Day weekend here in the United States. And tomorrow, Sunday, is the only Sunday that I'm not working or away somewhere for pretty much 2024. But no, really, for the summer. And I usually teach on Sunday mornings, which makes it prohibitive for us to ever be sellers at the flea market. Because when you go sell at the flea market, you have to arrive by like 6:30 in the morning, and you have to commit to staying until 3 in the afternoon because they lock the gates. Like, you drive in, they close the gates behind you. You have to stay set up. The last people who can come shop at like 2 in the afternoon, and then you can start taking your stuff down, and you have to be off the field by 3. So it's a commitment on a Sunday, and I teach on Sundays. So I can't go to the flea market and be a seller on a Sunday, except tomorrow. And there might be thunderstorms tomorrow, which means the flea market might be closed tomorrow. So there's just a lot of big feelings and a lot of stress because we've been preparing all our stuff for tomorrow. And now we might not be going tomorrow, but we don't want to pull the trigger and change directions because they're not going to call it until 11 a.m. And it's currently 8 a.m. It just turned 8 a.m. So we have 3 hours. So I'm trying to make the best use of those 3 hours. And I have a market, like a harvest festival, in 2 weeks on September 15th. So I don't know if I'm going to be prepping, if I should be prepping for that or prepping for the flea right now, because I've been prepping for the flea all week with like cleaning the garage, collecting things, finding things. I have a few bags that been like prototype bags, things where I'm testing a pattern. And those are the things I would bring to the flea market because they aren't necessarily bags that I'm like, ooh, this worked out really well. I think this is going to be a great seller. There might be mistakes. Maybe I used fabric that wasn't the best fabric because it was a prototype. I was just testing it. But they're they're good enough that people could use them, and they're just taking up space in my house. So to me, the flea market's like the best place to sell them because I don't need to make a lot of money on them. But I like the idea of them being out there in the world and being usable objects because I don't like things just collecting dust. Like, bags are to be used. That's why I love bags and blankets and clothes. Like, you make things that are art. You know, I get to be creative in this very artful way, but at the same time, I get to make things with function. And that is really satisfying. So while I do a lot of crafting, that's why the channel's called Always Be Crafting. And I love making stickers and I love doing projects with my Cricut. And I love just doing gluing and, piecing things together and getting craft projects ready for the kids I teach. I love all that stuff. I really love when I have my free time on Saturdays. For example, I always choose sewing. And that's why I call this Saturdays I Sew, because for well over a year, I have realized that my sacred Saturday morning, my sacred time, I've always chosen sewing, to the point where, oh yeah, on Saturdays I sew. Like, that's what I do on Saturdays. That's always the choice I make. And hence the reason I've done a YouTube series now for many weeks. That I'm like, well, this is what it is. This is what I do on Saturdays. So yeah, I just woke up, so I'm rambling. I apologize. I didn't just wake up. I had to wake up like an hour ago, but I haven't spoken to anyone because I've had to do other things to prepare for other things. Long story, doesn't matter. I'm losing track. I'm losing focus. So I don't know what you're going to see, because it's a disaster down here, because with how crazy life has been for my children, how crazy life has been for my household, my sewing area has been a place, let's say, for therapeutic respite. I have been making some things this week in my free time, because I haven't been working, like out in the world working. So I've been like, oh, I want to try this pattern or this pattern. I want to make things for the market that's on September 15th. Let me get some stuff done, some patterns that I want done, or tried out. For example, I tried a new pattern called the Plover Pouch by Noodlehead. I really like it. The first one I made took me a long time, and I was like, okay, did this take a long time because it was the first time I was doing it? Or was it the material I chose? Or why? Was it just my brain was unfocused? Like, why? So I'm like, let me make it a second time to see if it goes any faster. And it didn't really go any faster the second time. Maybe a little faster, but not a lot faster. I love the bags. I'll show them on my August roundup. Well, I can show you one. Hold on. This was the first one I made. Isn't that fun? This was my first plover pouch. One of the things about the plover pouch is they have these snaps on the side. You don't have to open them. They're just a cute detail. But the bag can stay, those zippers can stay snapped while you open and close your bags, because it doesn't interfere with the function of the zipper at all. So those snaps can remain closed if you want them to. And it does kind of create like now I have a little place where I can grab onto, but I just thought it was really cute. And I had this leftover fabric from another project from my August bee box, which is the bag making bee box. This was all fabric, the black, the yellow, the checkerboard, and the checkerboard sunflower. Those were all fabrics in the August bag making bee box. And after I cut out all the patterns pieces for the bag that was from the bee box, I had a little bit of leftover fabric, and I'm like, I can mix and match and make the plover pouch in size medium. So I did. Anyways, I had to add, obviously, I chose another sunflower fabric in blues and greens for the inside, because I thought that was fun. And I had to add this black and white polka dot because I didn't have enough for the zipper strip. But I thought that was a good detail. Anyways, when I made my second bag, which is upstairs, and I can't show you, but I love it. I love it. I made it for me. This is probably going to get sold at the market in 2 weeks. I think it's a cute bag. And I have a friend who said if it doesn't sell at the market, she's buying it because she loves it. But it is a complicated enough pattern in the sense of how many pieces it is, how long it takes to make, that I don't think I can make many in time for the market, because the market's in 2 weeks. And I have to focus on what I can make. Not just what I think will sell, but just what I think I can make enough variety of. So even though I think these would sell, because I think it's a great bag, because it has so many pattern pieces and is so time consuming, I don't know that I'd be able to make more than one or two in addition to everything else on my list. Some things are already in motion, some things are already made, and some things are just on the list of things that I want to make because I like to do certain things in batches. So I kind of lost my train of thought. I apologize. Anyways, I've been down here and my area is a disaster because I've been making things and I've been doing it as stress relief because life has been very stressful. So now I'm going to turn my attention back to Saturdays I sew, and I'm going to film. But I don't know what I'm going to film, what I'm going to capture, but I'll do my speedy, fast that I often do so you can watch. Will it involve a lot of cleaning? Should I clean before I hit record? I haven't decided because it's embarrassing. But maybe I should just let down that guard and let you see how messy things have gotten. Because, life is messy. And maybe it'll make someone else feel better, like, oh, you know what? My life gets messy too, and it's okay. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out in a minute or a few seconds. I've been blathering on for 11 minutes. I apologize. Thank you so much for listening to this. Let's try to make this more interesting now, and let's get to sewing. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I'm back. It is still Saturday. It is later in the day. I have showered. Hi, I'm awake. I'm much more awake. So what you should have just seen is a lot of sped up footage of me working on a lot of things. And while I was working, around 11:30, word came in that the flea market is closed tomorrow. The weather conditions, even if we don't have thunderstorms, we're supposed to have rainstorms. And again, the flea market is held out on a field and it's going to be too muddy. So it's been canceled. But let me show you what I worked on today, because I am going to call this collection my prototype collection. Yes, these are items I would have sold at the flea market, but when I have the harvest market in September or the holiday market around Thanksgiving or just future markets in general, I think I'm gonna have a section where the prices are reduced and the items are just called prototypes. AlwaysBeCrafting Prototypes, because I have to learn and I have to make things to learn. So one of the things you saw me make today was this little bag. Now, I had this idea. I have a ruler that is 8.5 by 12. And in my mind, I said, I want to use just this ruler and I want to see if I can make a bag. Also, while I was cleaning up, getting ready for the flea market, I found these handles and I had a 2-pack, 2 sets of handles. And I bought these handles probably over a year ago, maybe even 2 years ago. So I've never, edit that, Natasha. I've never used these handles before, so I had to try something. So I thought, all right, I'm going to try my idea, which is using that 8.5 by 12 ruler. My idea was using it 3 times for 3 panels. So it's like one continuous, you would have seen it in the thing. So it's panel loops around under, 3rd panel, and then looping it. And it's done with French seams, so I didn't have to use binding. All the seams have been Frenched. That means you sew them with the right sides out, sew it, and then turn it inside out, sew it again, encasing that first seam. So that's called a French seam. I don't know why. I don't know if it's like French fries, where the person who invented it last name was French, like French's mustard, or if it is from the land of France. I don't know. French seams. And this fabric is an old cantha cloth that has been cut up for other things, and it's a scrap. So I was like, that's perfect. That's what I'll use. And ta-da, little bag. So it's cute. It's a prototype. Another item, you did not see this, but it's going in the prototype bin. I had made this a couple months ago. I like it a lot. It has a couple mistakes. It's cute. It's cute as all get out, but it's a one-off, and I don't know. I might put it in my normal handbag area, and if it doesn't sell, I might move it to prototypes, because it was the first one. It was a prototype. All right. Another thing you saw me making, I made the strap for this Ferris fanny pack. If you remember, if you've been around for a while, you saw me making knitting bags, and this was the extra large Ferris test that I had made. It's huge. And what I had done today was, because when it was being made as a prototype for a knitting bag, it was all one pocket. So this little pocket on the front with a little magnetic, and then this came through. Well, I added in a backing to that. So now it's an honest to goodness pocket. So you saw me add that in there. So now this fanny pack has one big open pocket here and one little pocket here. It has 2 pockets now officially separated. So this is the new pocket. It still has the magnets, because I'm like, no reason to get rid of those magnets. It still works. So that goes in, and I added a strap, obviously, because a bag needs a strap. So simple cotton, I can't remember what it's called, cotton strap. Does it have a name more for it other than that? I don't think so. Anyways, that's what that is. What else did I do? Oh, I had this little felt tray, and I felt like it wasn't holding its boxy shape. So I sewed down the boxy sides. You saw me do that. Just a little tray. Again, it was a prototype. I was sorting. What else did I fix? This was a bag. Didn't fix it. Just in the prototype list. This is one I did. This one needed a snap. It was, again, just a little bag I had made. I was playing. I wanted to see about running the strapping down the inside of the bag. So I had made it, and see how it comes out here at the bottom and hooked on where the bottom is. Not a great way to make a bag, but again, I was playing. It was an idea I had once upon a time, and it was a cute enough bag, but I just thought, well, it'll work better if it has some kind of closure. So today I added a snap, and then after I put the snap on, I had to put a little tag, "You matter." Isn't that cute? So you would have seen me kind of auditioning different tags to put on to cover up the ugly side of the snap. Another one I had to fix, this bag, this little dinosaur bag, it was long and kind of short, so I increased the boxed corners. The boxed corners were smaller, so I made them bigger box, and I added the binding to the corners. They had not been bound before, but that does add some stability to them. This was a bag I had made to hold rhythm sticks in one of my classrooms. I no longer teach in that classroom, so I had an extra bag, and so it's now going in the prototype bin, but it's a little bit better. It's a little deeper, shorter, I think more usable size than it had been before. And then this bag is filled with little bags that go in the prototype bin, but this is the last two. I did the same thing with this one. This one was also, I thought it wasn't boxed enough. This little jelly vinyl bag. It was really a skinny boxing, so I tried to deepen the boxed corner to make it a more pleasant size, I think. It looks a little better. And really last, this big tote. It had just been just a big open tote bag before, and I thought it could really use a snap closure. So I put in the snap on that side, and on this side to cover up the ugly side of the snap, I put on a tag. It's not beautiful, like the stitching's not perfect, but it says, "Find joy in the journey," which I thought was cute. And this is a fun bag, has camo on the inside. So that is everything I did today. Oh, that's not true. I did, where is it? This right here. It is a glasses case. It was supposed to be this fabric on the outside, but when I did the other one, because I was making two at a time, because I had done this fabric, the Cantha cloth first, I hadn't taken into account that it stretches a lot. So when I went to sew on the inside lining, has no stretch whatsoever, because it's just a cotton with interfacing on it. The zipper was all out of whack because it stretched when I first put it on. So then I said, oh, I'll put the lining on first on my second one, and I was doing it fast. I think that's right around the time I found out that there would be no flea market tomorrow. And so then I put the lining, I sewed the zipper on the lining first, but then I made it so the lining was the outside. Who cares? Who cares? So it's done. It's still cute. It's just backwards from what I thought in my head it was going to be, because I thought that was going to be the outside. Oh well, it's still cute. And it'll still go up for sale at the market, and it'll be fine. That's everything. My husband and I worked in the garage. We got a lot of stuff cleaned up, and we're going to be working in there a lot tomorrow. So even though we're not going to the flea market, we're still going to get a lot done, and it's a good weekend. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, hit like, tell your friends, you know, the drill. Thanks. Did you see that fly? Huge fly just flew by. Yikes. All right. Have a great day. Bye.